Hello students, today we shall study special aspects of partnership accounts. In partnership accounts, there are some special aspects that require discussion. They are, as we already know that, look at the second point, remuneration, that is salary or commission to the partners, are given by the firm to the partners. So these remunerations and some special aspect about these remuneration and some special treatment or calculation we shall learn in this heading, under this heading. Next is interest on partners capital. So interest on partners capital, as far as accounting entries are concerned, we already learned that in this heading we shall study how to calculate interest on partners capital. Interest on partners drawing is again a special issue, and under this unit we shall learn the calculation of interest on partners drawing. Only calculation portion we shall learn over here, because accounting treatment we have already learned. So in all the 3 points, that is salary or commission, that is remuneration, interest on partners capital, interest on partners drawing, the accounting treatment we already know. In these units we learn something special about their calculation. So next is, there are 2 things, that is point 5 and 6. These topics will deal with some special issues relating to partnership, like adjustments for incorrect appropriation of profits in the past, that is past adjustment. Students, this is nothing but simply rectification of errors. So this is nothing but rectification of error, which will be dealt in this, under this topic. Next is guarantee of profit. It is also a special topic, we shall learn it later on. As far as first point is concerned, that is partners capital account. So accounting of partnership requires you to learn the methods of maintaining capital accounts. So let us start with partners capital account. Partners capital accounts. So partners capital accounts is nothing but simply maintaining of partners capital account in the ledger. And there are 2 methods of maintaining partners capital account in partnership accounts, method 1 and method 2. Method 1 is known as fixed capital accounts method, and method 2 is known as fluctuating capital accounts method. Under fixed capital accounts method, we prepare 2 accounts for maintaining capital accounts of partners. They are capital account and next current account. So under method 1 we prepare 2 accounts, that is capital account, 2 ledgers are maintained, that is capital account and current account. Under fluctuating capital method, we prepare a single ledger called partners capital account. So under method 1, you always remember that it is known as fixed capital accounts method, and there are two ledgers that we maintain under this method for maintaining the capital account of partners. And under method 2, this is fluctuating capital account method, and we maintain only single ledger for the purpose of maintaining the partners capital account. Now students, recall class 11th. You know that capital account is nothing but simply the ledger representing the owner of the firm. So this ledger records in class 11th, since there was single owner, so we used to prepare the capital account of the single owner. And you know it very well that capital account is, if it is a new business, then it is created by cash or bank, that is capital introduced, and the profit is created to this capital. Additional capital brought in is also, profit is created to this capital account, and additional capital brought in is also created to this capital account. If the partner makes some drawings, then it is debited to this capital account, and the balance carried down to next year is written at the end. Similarly, if it is an older business, then the credit balance from last year, that is previous year, will be carried down to the current year as follows, that is by balance brought down. And if the partner has introduced certain additional capital during the current year, then again you will credit the capital account by bank account or cash account. At the end of the year, after preparation of profit and loss account, the profit as shown in the profit and loss account is transferred to capital account. Therefore capital account is increased, and therefore capital account will be created by profit and loss account. Here profit and loss account I am writing minded, because in sole proprietorship profit and loss account is prepared for determining the profit or loss. So profit and loss will be profit will be created to this capital account. If the firm, that is sole proprietor, has earned a loss, then to profit and loss account, loss will come on the debit side of the capital account. Since you know the transferring entry, in class 11th we did not maintain capital account, we did not prepare capital account, because all this calculation we used to do in the balance sheet liability side itself. We used to add the additional capital with the opening capital and add the profit earned during the year, or if the firm has incurred a loss, then it was deducted from the capital of the partner. Similarly, on the liability side of the balance sheet, we used to deduct the drawings also. So if as you know that for drawings there are two entries that are passed. First was drawings account debit to cash or bank, and second was this drawing was transferred to capital account by passing a journal entry, that is capital account debit to drawings account. And because of this posting, the capital account was reduced. Capital account was reduced to the extent of drawings made. So if we post this entry to capital account, then capital account will be debited by the amount of drawings. So in sole proprietor, we did not prepare this capital account. At the end, had we prepared this capital account, then we would have prepared it in this manner, and the closing balance represented as credit balance would go to liability side of the balance sheet finally. What we used to make in class 11th, we used to do this calculation in the liability side of the balance sheet itself. So we used to write over there opening balance of capital in the inner column, add additional capital plus profit, or if the loss then deducted loss and less drawings, so as to arrive at the closing balance, which was put on the outer column of the balance sheet. But in case of partnership, as we know that there are two or more than two partners. So suppose a partnership firm has three partners, then in partnership accounting we have to prepare capital accounts. We have to make this, if we are to prepare the final accounts of partnership, that is balance sheet, then we have to do all the calculation in the inner column of liability side. So it is better to prepare, instead of doing calculation on the liability side, it is better to prepare the capital accounts of the partners. So suppose there are three partners A, B and C, then for each partner we shall prepare this capital account. This capital account, that is this ledger, will be prepared for each partner. That is A's capital account. For A's capital account we shall prepare the capital account in this manner. For B's capital account also we shall prepare the capital account in this manner only, and for C's capital account we shall prepare the capital account in this manner only, and A's closing balance, B's closing balance and C's closing balance will be transferred to the balance sheet. Now, for the sake of simplicity, it is better to prepare the capital accounts in columnar form, a columnar manner. So what we do is that instead of preparing or opening three ledgers, we prepare a single ledger with three columns, one each for one column for a single partner. That is, there are three partners, therefore we shall prepare over here three columns. So A, B, C, A, B and C. So in this case, in the case of partnership, what we used to do is that we prepare capital accounts in columnar form to avoid complexities or time consuming methods and time consumption if we had prepared the three capital accounts instead of preparing a single capital account. So what we do is that by balance brought down, we write A's capital's balance, opening balance in the A's column, B's opening balance in the B's column and C's opening balance in the C's column. For additional capital brought in, suppose A has brought additional capital, then his column will be created with that amount. Suppose B has not brought any additional capital, then his capital will be left as it is, and suppose C has brought in additional capital, then his capital column will be created with that amount brought in. At the end of the year, you know that we prepare profit and loss account and profit and loss appropriation account. So you know that we prepare profit and loss appropriation account. So in profit and loss appropriation account, we know that we transfer certain appropriations made out of profits to the capital account of the partners. Now remember those appropriations. The first appropriation was, as you know, that it was interest on capital, and remember the first entry. The first entry was interest on capital to partners capital account, and then second entry was passed to transfer that interest on capital to profit and loss appropriation account. So we passed out the entry, that is profit and loss appropriation account debit to interest on capital. So if we consider the first entry, that is interest on capital account debit to capital accounts, then capital account will be created by interest on capital, and all the partners who are eligible for interest on capital will be created with the amount of interest on capital in the capital accounts. Similarly, you knew it that uh, you have already learned that if a partner is eligible for remuneration from the firm, then we pass two entries. A set of entry we pass. First is partner's salary or commission account debit to partner's capital account. So if we post this entry to partner's capital account, then it will appear on the credit side by salary or commission, and the partner who is eligible for salary or commission will be created with the amount of salary or commission. If a partner is not eligible, then his amount will be left as it is. His column will be left as it is, and it will not be created by any amount. Next point is, next item of appropriation was, as you know, that sometimes on the drawings made firm used to charge interest on drawings. So interest on drawing was an income for the firm, and it was the entry passed for interest on drawing was partners capital account debit to interest on drawing. So if we post this entry, then it will appear on the debit side of the capital accounts to interest on drawings, and the partner who has withdrawn money and from whom interest has been charged, his account will be debited. Now other entries will remain the same, like and last item of appropriation was, as you know, that the profit left after all these appropriations is called as distributable profit, and that distributable profit is transferred to capital account by passing an entry profit and loss appropriation account debit to partners capital account. So partners capital account will be created by profit and loss appropriation account if profit is earned by the firm, then partners capital account will be created, and if the firm has earned a loss, then profit and loss appropriation account will be debited, it will be created, and partners capital account will be debited. So you know the entry for the loss earned, partners capital account debit to profit and loss appropriation account. So the for loss incurred, partners capital account will be debited. So either of these entry would appear in the capital accounts. Now you know that the firm partners could also make drawings, and as you know that drawings are debited to capital account, so drawings will be debited to capital accounts of those partners who has made the drawings. So everything remains the same as we have learned earlier, except these item of appropriations, and at the end closing balance is determined, which goes to balance sheet of the firm. So this is the way to prepare capital accounts. As far as fluctuating method is concerned, this is nothing but fluctuating method of maintaining capital accounts. Why it is called fluctuating method, I shall discuss it in the next class. So in fluctuating method, we prepare a single capital account and we credit all the items of appropriation together with additional capital brought in and opening balance to the capital accounts, and we debit all the item of appropriation along with drawings in the capital accounts itself in order to know the closing balance. So it is fluctuating method of maintaining capital accounts. In next class I shall discuss fixed capital accounts method and correlate these two methods in order to learn the differences.